Most urbex enthusiasts spend months hunting for abandoned places they can safely explore. But what if I told you there are incredible locations where you can walk right through the front door this weekend? I've spent years discovering these hidden gems, and today I'm sharing 7 abandoned places that welcome explorers with open arms. No trespassing, no legal worries, just pure adventure. Our first stop takes us to Philadelphia's Eastern State Penitentiary, where Al Capone himself once served time. This crumbling fortress offers daily tours through cell blocks that haven't been touched in decades. You'll walk the same corridors where America's most notorious criminals lived, see Capone's restored cell, and explore the hospital wing where desperate escape attempts were treated. The audio tour includes actual stories from former inmates, making this one of the most immersive abandoned experiences you can legally have. Three hours east of San Francisco lies Bodie, a gold rush town frozen in time. This isn't just any ghost town. It's a state historic park with 150 buildings preserved exactly as residents left them in the 1940s. Peer through dusty windows at tables still set for dinner, schoolrooms with lessons on blackboards, and saloons with bottles still behind the bar. The park rangers here have incredible stories about the families who lived through Bodie's boom and bust cycles. Montana's Bannock State Park preserves the state's first territorial capital, where over 60 buildings tell the story of gold rush dreams and frontier hardships. Walk through Hotel Meade, where traveling miners once rested. Explore the old jail where Sheriff Henry Plummer met his fate. And see the massive dredge that processed tons of gold-bearing gravel from Grasshopper Creek. The Visitor Center offers detailed maps for self-guided tours and fascinating exhibits about frontier life. On the edge of Death Valley's unforgiving expanse, the skeletal remains of a city rise from the Mojave Desert. This is Rhyolite, named for the silica-rich volcanic rock that once promised unimaginable wealth. Its concrete ruins, stark against the vast landscape, stand as one of Nevada's most photogenic ghost towns, echoing a story of explosive ambition and sudden collapse. The story began in 1904 with a gold discovery that ignited a classic rush. Within 2 years, a tent city transformed into a metropolis as the population swelled towards 10,000. At its zenith, Rhyolite was a beacon of modernity, boasting electric lights, an opera house, a hospital, and even a stock exchange. It was a city built on boundless optimism. No structure better symbolized this ambition than the Cookbank Building. Erected in 1907 for a staggering $90,000, this 3-story marvel was the town's financial heart. Explore its remains and peer into the massive vault, its thick concrete walls built to protect the immense fortunes pulled from the nearby Montgomery-Shoshone mine. It was a fortress of commerce in the wilderness. Rhyolite's story is also one of ingenuity. The Tom Kelly Bottle House, built in 1906 from over 50,000 beer and liquor bottles discarded from the town's saloons, is a beautiful monument to frontier resourcefulness. Nearby, the Grand Mission-style train depot, completed in 1908, served 3 railroads, a vital artery that, tragically, would soon see more people leaving than arriving. But the dream was short-lived. The financial panic of 1907 choked off investment as the high-grade ore began to dwindle. The bust was as swift as the boom. By 1911, the main mine closed, and by 1920, the population was nearly zero. The city emptied, leaving its grand buildings to the wind and sun. Today, you can walk the same silent streets where thousands once bustled with hope. Just adjacent to the ruins, the Goldwell Open Air Museum adds a layer of surrealism with its ghostly sculptures. Best of all, Rhyolite is completely free to explore. It offers some of the most dramatic photography opportunities in the American West, a place where the stark beauty of decay tells a powerful story about the boom and bust cycle. a poignant reminder that even cities can vanish like a desert mirage. Centralia, Pennsylvania offers a truly unique abandoned experience. An entire town evacuated due to an underground coal fire that's been burning since 1962. Walk the famous graffiti highway where Route 61 was permanently closed. Explore the hilltop cemetery that overlooks what was once a thriving mining community. And see the handful of houses where the last residents refused to leave their hometown. The underground fire is expected to burn for another 250 years, making this a truly once-in-a-lifetime exploration opportunity. Alabama's Cahaba Archaeological Park preserves the ruins of the state's first capital city, where antebellum mansions and slave quarters tell complex stories of the Old South. Our final destination takes us high into the Garnet Range of western Montana, to a place where time hasn't just stopped. It's been perfectly preserved. This is Garnet, Montana, widely considered the best preserved ghost town in the state. Unlike many boomtowns that have vanished or been rebuilt, Garnet offers an authentic window into the past. Here, around 30 historic buildings remain, appearing almost as if the residents simply walked away one morning and never returned. The town's story began with whispers of gold in the 1860s, but it wasn't until the 1890s that Garnet truly boomed, its population swelling to nearly 1,000 souls, all chasing the promise of fortune buried in these rugged mountains. As you walk the silent main street, the first building to command your attention is often the impressive J.R. Kelly Saloon. Step inside, and you're immediately transported back to 1897. You can almost hear the boisterous laughter and the clinking of glasses. This was the social epicenter of Garnet, where miners spent their hard-earned gold. They gathered here not just for whiskey, but to share stories, gamble at the card tables, and catch up on news from the outside world. The original bar, the faint scent of old wood, and the artifacts left behind tell a vivid story of celebration and commiseration, forging the character of the Wild West one tall tale at a time. But Garnet was more than just a mining camp. It was a community of families. Just down the street, you can explore the general store with goods still on the shelves. This was the town's lifeline, where residents bought everything from flour and sugar to dynamite and work boots. Imagine the shopkeeper weighing out goods, the chatter of residents exchanging gossip while their children eyed the candy jars. Nearby stands the Wells Hotel, which offered a touch of comfort for visiting investors and a more permanent residence for single miners. Its presence signifies the town's ambition, a belief that this boom was here to stay. Of course, Garnet's entire existence was predicated on one thing: gold. Around the town's periphery, you can still see the mining equipment that extracted millions of dollars in gold from these Montana mountains. These are the relics of the industry that built this place. The stamp mills that crushed ore, and the carts that hauled it from the dark tunnels of mines, like the Nancy Hanks and the Shamrock. This machinery represents the back-breaking labor that fueled the town's engine, powered by the hopes and dreams of men seeking their fortune. So why did it all end? Garnet's decline was a slow fading rather than a sudden collapse. A devastating fire in 1912 wiped out half of the town's commercial district, a blow from which it never fully recovered. Then, World War I drew men away to fight, and the population dwindled. There was a brief resurgence during the Great Depression when the price of gold rose, but World War II delivered the final verdict. Gold mining was declared a non-essential industry, and the last remaining residents moved on, leaving their homes and belongings behind. This sudden departure is precisely why Garnet is so special. It wasn't picked clean, it was simply abandoned to the elements. Today, Garnet is managed by the Bureau of Land Management and the Garnet Preservation Association, ensuring its stories are not lost to time. Visiting in the summer allows for easy access, with volunteers often on hand to share tales and open up buildings for closer inspection. But to truly feel the isolation and resilience of its former inhabitants, consider a winter visit. Garnet offers both summer and winter access for year-round exploration. In winter, accessible only by snowmobile or skis, the town lies silent and beautiful, offering a profoundly peaceful and haunting experience. Whether you come in the green of summer or the white of winter, Garnet offers a rare and powerful connection to the American West, a place where the ghosts of the gold rush feel remarkably close. From Pennsylvania's burning underground fires to Montana's perfectly preserved mining towns, these 7 locations prove that incredible abandoned places are waiting for you to explore them legally and safely. We began on the cracked, steaming streets of Centralia, a town consumed by a subterranean fire that has raged for over 60 years. It's a haunting landscape, a powerful reminder of industrial ambition and its unforeseen consequences. The silence there is profound, broken only by the wind and the unsettling warmth rising from the earth beneath your feet. Then, we traveled back to the Wild West in Bannack, Montana. Standing on its dusty main street, you could almost hear the ghosts of prospectors in the creak of the saloon doors and feel the tension of frontier justice near the stark wooden gallows. Every building is a perfectly preserved time capsule, holding stories of gold fever, vigilante law, and the sheer grit of survival. We confronted a more modern, chilling history within the crumbling cell blocks of the Eastern State Penitentiary. The long, echoing corridors and skylit cells tell a haunting story of isolation, punishment, and the search for reform. Standing in Al Capone's cell, you feel the weight of the thousands of lives that passed through those imposing walls, a truly sobering experience. And who could forget the stark beauty of Rhyolite, Nevada, a ghost town shimmering in the Mojave Desert heat? Its skeletal bank building and unique bottle house stand as monuments to a boom-and-bust dream that evaporated as quickly as it appeared. It's a photographer's paradise, where desert light plays against the ruins of ambition. Each destination offers something unique. For the historian, they are living museums. For the photographer, canvases of texture and decay. For the adventurer, journeys into the forgotten corners of our world. But for all of us, they offer perspective. They remind us that everything is temporary, that towns boom and bust, and that time reclaims all. To walk through these spaces is to walk through a story. And the best part, you can visit these places without worrying about trespassing or safety. Typical urban exploration is risky, navigating collapsing floors and avoiding security. It doesn't have to be that way. These locations offer the same awe without the danger. By visiting sanctioned sites, you're not just a tourist, you're a patron of preservation. Your entry fee helps maintain these structures and protect their stories for the future. You get to explore with peace of mind, focusing on the atmosphere, not on avoiding a fine. So what are you waiting for? The road is calling. Grab your camera, your boots, and your curiosity. Do a little research before you go. Knowing the stories of the people who lived there transforms the visit. Look at the map. Pick a destination and start planning. And when you do, let us know in the comments, which location is at the top of your list? Or do you have a favorite legal abandoned place we missed? Share your stories. If this video inspired your next adventure, become part of our community of fellow explorers. Hitting that subscribe button and ringing the notification bell means you won't miss a single expedition. We're building a home here for people who see beauty in decay and hear stories in the silence. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep exploring. I'll see you in the next episode where we're trading dusty deserts for the salt-sprayed air of the coast as we uncover the secrets of abandoned islands and forgotten seaside fortresses. You won't want to miss it.